Hi friends, Sunil here. So right now we are going to discuss about form tags in HTML form. Why we are going to use form tags. So there is so many importance why we have to use form tags. You saw so many e-commerce websites. You can see so many websites that hosted by some universities or schools. They have some admissions forms. Some other websites have feedback forms, so they all have to gather the data from the users. So form has so many fields. You can select and you can type according to that fields. Every form have name, then password. Some have just like Amazon, they have email ID and password. So you can create all the with the help of form tags and elements. So we also have a form demo form, so that is about the registration form, and here you can see all the element that we are going to use in this practical. We have TextBox, password, email, radio, checkbox, drop down list, TextArea, file and button. So the remaining form is not end here. The remaining of them we will discuss on the second video. So let's see our second page or second screen in which I show you that how we are going to make our form on practical. So this is my layout, and I want to create like this form on my HTML file. So we have name, password, email ID, country, address, gender, category, the student's employer. Then we have photo field. Then we have two buttons, submit and reset. So this is general knowledge. You can know very well about it because we all using today internet. We all using and surfing and feeding data into the form. So it is not rocket science. Is very easy. So let's we concentrate on our creation, how we can create this form. Okay, right now I am on my text editor, so I am going to type my code. So it's certainly like the others that we done in so many previous videos. So maybe you easily grabbed all the things, you learned that things, maybe they in your mind. So we all know what we are trying to write. HTML, then our head, then we have title, and title name is my registration form. Registration form. I close my title here. I close my head here. I start my body here. I close my body here. I close my HTML tag here. So this is same that we done in every video. So generally we also do in this video also. So right now we are going on our actual practical, that is form. So same like some other tags, we have to start our form tag here, and we have to close form tag here. FORM form, I wrote it wrong here. So form. So my first at the top of my form I am going to use heading. So I am going to use h2, and I write here registration form. I close my h2 here. I wanted that my registration should be displayed in center, so I'm going to use center here, and I closed after h2, closing tag of h2, center here. So I done first thing. top of the means my form name, registration form. I done this. So my first field is name, so this is always a label that displayed as it is. Then I'm going to use some space, and new blank space. So I want to use this 5 times. 1 2 3 4 5. So I pressed enter. You can't do this. You can write along this NBBSP, but I entered it because my screen is very limited space, so I want to show you my whole way. So I'm going to use input, that is a element in form input type. So what about input we are going to use? So in name we are going to use TextBox. So you can write text box or just text, both are eligible. So I want to give my name because we are going to use TextBox in so many fields. So distinguish from first field to second field, I give the name here, name. You can give a short name NM, you can give NM1, NM2, whatever you want. So I gave NM. Space, size. So how your means the width of your means text box is totally dependent on the size attributes. So size I gave the 50. If I give 30, so it's small, 50 is bigger. So max length, so how many characters you want to write in your text box. So it's totally dependent upon max length attributes. I gave it 60. So 60 is the maximum characters that I can type in this text box. I can't use more than this. So I use break because I want new line, so I want to type my next field on new line. I try to save it here. I just want to see you show you that how our form look like. So I press Ctrl S for save. I go to my main folder, desktop, then HTML. I give the name here, registration form.html. I saved it here. I go to my location here. So here is my form. You can see this. So I opened with the help of Internet Explorer. So I want to open Mozilla Firefox. So you can see this. My registration form is in center, and here is my name, and this is my text box. Or you can say anything, Kumar Krishnan Swami, so whatever you want to write. So it looks like this. So we again come back our text editor. So I came back again my text editor. I use this. I want to reuse my code name. Then I pressed here. I want to use password. So here is no need to use password here. So I use password here, or use email. First I want to use email ID. So I use here type email. So why I'm going to use here email? If anybody unable to type proper email address, just like he never want to use @gmail.com or @something, so it will not accept it. It will show them that you have to type correct way to type the email address. So I saved it here. I will show you how it look like. I refresh it here. So my email ID here. So it becomes red. You can see there @ so it's not. If I cut it at the rate, then it becomes red. So it shows me that you are not inserted correct email ID, or a format of email ID is not correct. So I delete some of the spaces here, and I use email ID here. So right now I'm going to use password. I add one more break because spaces is very less. One more break. Again I want to use my code here, Control V paste. Right now I'm going to use password. So here input type password. So why I used here password? We wanted nobody can see our password. It will be showed asterisk or just black color circle, so nobody can easily able to watch our password. So we use type here password. I saved it here. I go back my text editor. I refresh it here, so you can see there whatever I type, it will not be displayed to anybody else. So it is our password. So right now I'm going to use my country. So here I'm going to use drop down list. So my label is country. I want to use some space here, so I use my NBBS. So here I am going to use select, which is used for drop down, name, country. So what the option I want to show here? Option, then here I'm going to use name India. I can use just value here, value India. So this is the option value. Whenever I clicked here, it will put the value to the backend. So right now I'm now discussing about the backend process or any scripting language. I just concentrate about HTML, concentrate about just format. So we will talk about later in any scripting language when we are doing. So right now I'm not use. I just want to create just form. So here India, I close my option here. So I copy and paste it. So here is India, then I use Nepal, then England. I changed it Nepal here. It's a good place. Nepal is a good place. Then England. So its value should be code, whatever you want to use. You can use short form ENG, so it will be stored in our database. So it's totally depend upon whatever you are try to write in your value part. Whatever you write in your value part, it will be stored in backend, same as it is. So India, Nepal, England, we are going to use America, and I am going to use America. So others I will cut it. You can use so many. So I close here. So I'm going to close select here. I save this. I go back my form. I refresh it. You can see there. So we done the country part. So right now I want to type my address. So it's just a basic practical, just a basic. So I'm not to create the actual form, but in the later practical, we will complete this registration form with the valid fields. So right now I just use the mixing fields. So this is my part 1 video. So other attribute, another elements, the other elements, the remaining elements will be defined in next video. So right now we are going to use address. So here I want to use break, br break. So to break I am used, to new line I am going to use. So also I want space here, saved it, get the spaces here, and so I'm going to use text area. So we have calls is width, so I gave 40 width, 40 column width. Then we have rows, I want to give rows 10 width or 15 width, as it is 10. So my field name is, this field is belong to my address label. If you want to write something, please insert your, please type your address. It will be displayed on our text area box. Text area box. So I complete my text area. So call is 40, row is 10, and close my text area. Go back our browser. I refresh it here. It's not displayed here. Maybe I not saved my file. I saved my file. Then I will render it. So it will show me TextBox, means text area. So it will huge space. So I will make it correct. I want to use just 5 rows, and I don't want to use spaces here. I'm going to use just break. Then it will look like good. So I will cut it and I will type my address. So it okay to me. So I did my address part. So we will do the gender part. So here is my gender label, but I first add 2 breaks. I use my code, I paste it here. Gender, I use new blank space, so I copied it from above, I paste it here. So I use radio button. So our input type, so what type we want here? Radio. Name, so here I want that it will mark just male or female. It will not mark both of them. So that's why we give the same name to this field. So it's belong to our gender. So value, what the value this input type contain? So by default it contain male. So here I want to show my text male. So this male will be displayed, and the value is the actual value that store this field. So I'm going to use here break. I can use break, or I will display it along with. So I want to add some spaces. So this is your choice. I'll just use 3 spaces here, spaces. Then I will again reuse my code here. I copied here, I paste it here, radio, gender, female, then female. I saved it here. Or go back to my browser, I refresh it here, so you can see it checked only one, not both of them. So it's working well. So right now I'm going to use checkbox. Add 2 break here. So category. So I add some spaces here. Paste it. So my first category is student. So I'm going to type here input. So if you noticed here, we used almost input, then I will change in the type. So checkbox, name is student, value will be student. So sorry, name is category, it's not student, so it belong to category field. So what we want to display here, we want to display student here. So we will reuse our code, Control C. I will use break here, enter, paste it. So category, and here I am going to use employee, here. We are going to use break here, we paste it here. Right now we use others, and we just type here others. We saved it here, and we refresh it here. So some of them is not working here, break is not working, so because we use incorrect here, so I make it correct. I used comma instead of less than sign. I refresh it here. So I want to just add some of the things, so I just add more spaces here and here. Maybe we need 4 spaces more. Copied it, then we want to paste it here, and we want to paste it here. So add more spaces. I will refresh it here, so we'll add it very little space, so we can adjust our form. We can better design our form in the later practicals. In this practical, I just introduce some fields you are able to know about and how we can create this. So this is the main objective of this practical. So we done this part. We are going to type last part, that is photo. So I add new blank space here. I copied it already. So last is input type. So my type is file, and field name is photo, and it will accept JPG or PNG format. So I done it. I will show you after. And we also want to create our button here. So here we are going to use our buttons. So input type. So here we are going to use submit. So I gave the short name SBT. So value is important, it will be displayed inside the button. Submit, or you can use OK. So we generally use 2 buttons. First is submit, another is reset. You know the reset, it will erase all the data. So I will make it reset here. It's better, I will press enter here. So reset, I give its short name R set here, reset, it's okay. So here I can type erase all or reset, it's our choice. I saved it. We will go back our practical Mozilla. I will refresh it here. So you can see here is my name, email ID, password, here address field, male, female, student, or employee, or other. Here is our browse. You can browse your file or photo. So I added photo here. So sig sun.jpg, it accepted here. I will submit, but it will not be submit because please enter an email address. So I want to type it email address. I can submit, it will done it. Or we can reset our form. I typed it, I want to reset, it will erase all the things. So submit is not working because this is a very long process, but we are just concentrate on our designing part. In later video or in scripting practical we will done this, but till today it's okay. So I will do something, I will add some new things in which we will whenever we clicked on submit button, we will redirect on another page. It will show a message, thanks for registration. So we will do this. So thanks for this, sorry for this long video, it's about 25 minutes. So in next videos I will make it small so you can easily grab it all the things and not become boring. So thanks for watching this.